Hello figure fans, and welcome back to 3 for 10 Toys. And on this episode, I guess you could probably tell, we're going to be looking at Skeleton Warriors. Now, Skeleton Warriors is a line produced by Playmates Toys back in 1994. It was a short-lived one series, one wave only line. There was a second wave plan, which we'll get into in a bit. But only wave one hit the shelves. Skeleton Warriors is based on a cartoon, which also had a comic book, which also had a video game, which also had novels. The whole 9 yards was built for Skeleton Warriors. It had all the potential in the world, and for whatever reason, it just didn't hit the mark at the time. I think maybe it was ahead of its time. Maybe we weren't ready for such a line of toys like this. I don't know. But it's a shame that it didn't go any further than just 13 episodes of the cartoon. I believe it was 4 issues of the comic book, and just the one wave of figures. In this episode, we're going to specifically concentrate on the figures, obviously, for 3 for 10 Toys here. And we're going to look at wave 1 and the figures and vehicles and even a carry case that was produced for this line. So I'm going to start with my favorite one. This is Dr. Cyborn. This is not Dr. Cyborg, it's Dr. Cyborn. So he's kind of a mishmash of human skeleton and maybe like a Terminator or almost T-800 looking cyborg side. Definitely my favorite character of the line. All these guys came with some cool weapons, and if you watch the cartoon and comic, you kind of get the gist of the story and where all this sort of tech comes from. You wouldn't think with like skeleton warriors, maybe this was like, you know, back in medieval times or something, I don't know, but it's there's a lot of tech that goes into the story. So you gotta take a look at the cartoon. The cartoon's actually, it's not bad. The opening theme's a little I don't know, silly, but the show and the story is not bad at all. So just real quick on the back here, there is a bio for each character, and then of course you see the rest of the line here, which we'll take a look at all these. So that's Dr. Cyborn, again my favorite of the bunch. All right, so let's move on. This one's actually pretty cool too. So this is Aracula, and he's the Arachno assassin of the Skeleton Legion. That's right. So the Skeleton Legion are the bad guys, and the Legion of Light are the good guys. Each one of these came with a fold-out mini comic and a collector poster as well. You can see it says new up there. Collectible, individually numbered figures. So like past Playmates figures, they all have a number on the bottom of their feet. Again, this is Aracula. He's kind of like a, I guess, spider influence, right? With 6 arms. Very, very cool figure there. It doesn't look like he came with, well, he's got a couple of accessories in there. Yeah, they're kind of hidden. But he's such a huge figure. He's pretty good size. Aracula. All right. That's that one. Why don't we take a look at one of the Lords of Light? This is the main guy, the main character, one of the main characters, Prince Lightstar. Not quite as interesting as the Skeleton Warriors, maybe. They all make up the story. He's the courageous leader of the Legion of Light, Prince Lightstar. Pretty good articulation on these. You've got shoulder and elbows and hips, knees. Not bad. Again, there's that bonus for comic and poster. And on the back, he's got his bio. I don't think we looked at the bio for Oracula, but there you go. We'll go back to that real quick. There's Oracula. The back of that card. Card backs are all basically the same except for the bios. Let's do another Legion of Light figure. This is my favorite on the good guy side. Grimskull. He's kind of a good guy. He's kind of not a good guy. Again, you got to watch the cartoon to really dig into that, but he's kind of got that Skeletor look to him, right? From He-Man. He comes with a little pet there and other accessories. Grimskull, shadow jumping warrior of the Legion of Light. Let's go on to the back here. So that's Bad Dog, the skeleton canine. See that there? He's got his bio. Grimskull. Definitely a cool figure. Alright, let's go back to the Skeleton Legion. This is Shriek. This is a female Skeleton Legion member. Now, there was a female figure or character on the Legion of Light side. That never got made for Series 1. It was planned, but from what I've read, it seems that they went back and retooled the figure a bit. They weren't happy with it for Wave 1. And unfortunately, since the line got canceled before we could get to Wave 2, the female figure on the good guy side never made it. So that's unfortunate. So this is the only actual female figure in the line in Wave 1, Shriek. We'll take a look at the back. Shriek comes with Crossbone, the skeleton dragon. Here's her bio. These are all such cool figures. Alright, what should we do next? How about we do this one? Dagger. So Dagger is the espionage expert of the Skeleton Legion. It's kind of like the henchman guy. Kind of like a beast man, you know? He's got his accessories. He's kind of like a almost pirate looking guy. There's his bio. Alright, so that's Dagger. Next up, we'll go back to the Legion of Light with Urzak, the Guardian. He's got plenty of accessories. Urzak, the Guardian. Again, some pretty nice articulation on these figures. Not bad. Well, they're bad to the bone. Not bad, but they're bad to the bone. There's the bio for him. I guess you could probably say he's kind of like a Man-at-Arms type of character if you watch the cartoon. There's a lot of similarities you can draw from this line to Masters of the Universe. It's kind of interesting. And last but not least, from the figure side is the big bad, Baron Dark, the main bad guy of Skeleton Warriors. He is a pretty cool figure. And hefty too. He's this kind of a heavier figure. There's a lot to him. He's got a cape going on there and kind of a funky looking helmet. Other accessories. Baron Dark, powerful warlord leader of the Skeleton Legion. Very, very cool action figure. And we'll take a look at the back here real quick. There we go. Okay, so those are the figures. Now, there are a couple of vehicles, or I don't know what you want to call them, accessories that were produced. And this one is the Skeleton Legion Warhorse for the bad guys, specifically for Baron Dark, looks like. Again, kind of like He-Man, Stridor, right? Let's take a look at the back. So I like to keep these all in box and package, so I know some of you guys like to see loose stuff, but I'm a box guy for the most part. A lot of vintage stuff I will keep loose, or I will buy loose. It's more of a cost thing than anything else, but for Skeleton Warriors, these I went fully carded and boxed for my collection. So that's the Warhorse. Pretty cool, right? Look at the detail. A lot of details on the Warhorse. That's awesome. And the artwork too is really something. Even on the you know, the regular packaging here, the backer card, the card back it's got some very cool art. So they really put a lot into this. And the logo itself is cool too. All right, so that's the Warhorse. And then the other vehicle, again for the bad guys, all the vehicles are for the bad guys, is the Skeleton Legion Skull Cycle. So this thing flies through the air. It's all made of bones. It's the Skull Cycle. I guess you could probably get a bunch of these for the bad guys to ride on. Again, the artwork is awesome. Got Baron Dark on the front there. We'll take a look at the back quick. So there you go. There's the actual toy itself. Pretty cool looking. These are badass toys. And they're bad to the bone, again. Alright, so there you go. That's the Skeleton Legion Skull Cycle. One of 2 vehicles produced for Wave 1. There was vehicles ready for Wave 2 as well, but again, it didn't happen. It didn't get that far, unfortunately. Really unfortunate, because it's a great line. And the last thing I wanted to show you here is the collector case. Again, the artwork is just fantastic on this. And this was produced by Terra Toy Corp in 1994. And Terra Toy did all of your 80s, 90s toy cases. You can look that up and you'll see that they've done a ton of these cases, and they're all this same, like, you know, vinyl material with some artwork on the front. And if you open it up, it's a lot of the same. It's got that plastic insert inside for the figures. Nothing too fancy in there. And then the back is just blank red. So, but the artwork on the front is great. The real story here is the price tags, though. Originally $6.99, marked down to $2.98. Then looks like $1.90, and finally 90 cents. You could buy this for 90 cents back in the mid 90s. That's a pretty good deal for a collector case, right? Especially with cool artwork like that, with all the various characters. Not too bad. That's the female character that was never produced in action figure form. So it made it to the case, made it to the artwork of the case, but not in action figure form, unfortunately. So there it is, Skeleton Warriors. A cool line that had a pretty cool cartoon. I would encourage you guys to actually look that up and give it a watch. There's 13 episodes, and they're fun. It's just, you know, fun 90s type of cartoons. You know, it's not anything too official or groundbreaking or won't change your life, but it is really cool, and it's nice to see that so much effort was put into this line, even though it didn't quite last. But with the revivals that goes on these days here in 2026, as I make this video, you never know, we may see the return of Skeleton Warriors at some point. Thanks for watching, everybody. I greatly appreciate it, and would also appreciate some likes and comments and subscribes and all that good stuff, because it helps us here at 3 for 10 Toys, and then we deliver you more fun videos like this. Thanks, everybody. I'll catch you on the next video.